Hello and welcome to the Agatebay YouTube channel. I'm Joshua and today I will be cutting island agates together with you. These are not officially known where they are from, so they only have the trade name Island Agate because they are from some island agates. And of course everybody makes their educated guesses about where they could be from. But nobody except for the person selling them knows. So I would say let's go right ahead and cut through these to see what's hiding inside. You can see the first one is already a pretty interesting one. You can see there's water level banding stacked here in the bottom of the nodule. It's got a really weird shape, but this is pretty much how it sat in the formation. So in this area this is going to be mostly water level banding, and up top here you can see there's a window with fortification banding. But also I see that there's a fracture running across here, so I don't think I want to cut for the long face, but rather instead right here and get a little bit of the water level, avoid the window with the fortification, but also avoid the fracture that's running across here. Oh, wow. I think it was a great decision to cut it with the best features, both with the water level banding and the fortification. And look at how gorgeous the contrast in this piece is here. Down with the like bright green water level banding, and then up top here with this kind of purpley red agate with beautiful platelets within the banding, and this bright blue surrounding the fortification part up at the top. It's 100 times better than I expected it would be. Just this much of color is pretty rare and unique for the island agates, so this one definitely caught me by surprise. The second one is another pretty interesting piece. Here on the one side you can see this beautiful weathered window, which of course gives no hint of the colorization. Then 1,000 fractures going in between here, but fortunately most of them run parallel to their formation, so they don't go in like a snaky kind of way, so I can cut in between the fractures. I got it in just the way I'd like it to be. Now let's also hope the agate turns out the way I'd like it to be. Whoa, oh my god, another good one. Where do they come from? Wow, wow. You can see I hit it right in between all of the fracturing lines next to the window and always parallel to where they've been going. The fracture here that came across seemed to just have stopped barely before the cut, so that was nice too. And just look at this piece, just incredible contrast with a little bit of water level banding down here that I didn't even see from the outside. Just super fine banding, and with that of course also some parallax. And I just love how harmonically swung the banding in these island agates is. So far everything has been going way too well. Third one is a charm, is what I think people say. Let's hope that's also the case for this piece. It's got this kind of mustardy yellow window here. I assume this flow channel that you can see here is a ridge line that goes all the way up to here. Then there's a flat part again, which I assume is some water level banding again. So I either have the way to cut it like this, but this gives me a really weird cutting angle. So I won't go full face in this case. I will not cut through the water level banding, but make a cross cut like this. Sitting in there all nice and tight. So let's get it lowered onto the saw blade and see what's hiding inside of this beautiful gem. Okay. Oh my god, what is going on? Third one was a charm, and just look at how incredible the banding in this piece is. It has so much contrast in the banding, even though it is a little bit darker in the center, but you can see every single band so well in this piece. And I love how beautiful it looks with the opalized area all around the exterior. So you can see the yellowish area is all from just laying on the surface for millions of years, baking and changing the color of the bands, even like going a little bit into the center bands here in the top area with the flow channel. And also the flow channel is just so beautiful. This is such an amazing piece. And this is really not normal, what we've been cutting so far. But let's see if it continues and goes on. Let's see if the fourth one is a charm as well. It's got this gorgeous window. I mean, look at this beautiful pink and purple color that's shining through. Here is one of the fresher breaks on the window, so here you can see the true color, and it extends with a little bit of opalization here on the front face, hiding the color a little bit. But I can cut right from the back of this window once across the entire specimen back to here where the other window is, and get two nice halves out of this piece. Oh, wow. Another really good piece. A really good piece. You could already see it from the outside with just gorgeous pink and purple color, and it even opened up to this kind of whitish floater in the center. So just gorgeous specimen right here in terms of the colors. Unfortunately, it has this little bit of a healed fracture running through. It's hard to tell yet how strong you will see it after the polishing, so I guess we just have to wait. And yeah, after the polishing I will put a picture of this piece at the end of the video so you can see how good it actually turned out to be. Another beautiful specimen with a gorgeous window right here, but it extends to all the way over here. Here is a little bit of a dent I have to take care of. This is only like a peel, but this window makes it impossible because I just don't want to cut through it. And I would if I did this. So if I want to keep the same angle of the banding, I would have to cut it to the left and just lose a lot of the agate by only having 1/3 to 2/3 relation. So instead, I'm tilting the agate, and I will cut from over here, so next to this window, down here, all the way like this. So I also avoid this section here, and then run back up here. I'm cutting right next to this dent that I've been showing, and then up top here through that peeled section, coming back to the window. Oh, another good one. Another super interesting piece, and it didn't hurt it that I cut it in this weird shape. You can really see just so beautiful how it formed with the flow channel moving out here to the side. I didn't slow it down in the end enough, so here you can see this typical kind of break that we see in most of automated feed saws. And usually I can slow it down here with the hydraulic speed of my saw, so it drops at a lower speed, but I didn't slow it down enough, so we have that break. But it's not a problem. In Germany we call this a nose, and it can easily be grinded down. A little more problematic is if there's a little bit more of a break in the negative of the other half, but also here it's just maybe 1/2 millimeter, so my polisher won't be too mad about it. But yeah, gorgeous banding in this piece with multiple floater sections here with the crystalline layers of quartz in between, and just another beautiful specimen right here. Another pretty odd shaped one. Here you can again see the very flat bottom, which is a clear indicator for water level banding, and here you can also see it just stacked on top of each other. On top of that you can see some fortification banding here, all weathered out, so we just don't know what color is going to be inside. Here is the windowed area, so we will just cut somewhat parallel, cut here through the biggest volume to catch the most banding in the specimen. Oh, that looks good. Oh. Another just really incredible piece. Look at how gorgeous it turned out. Just so beautiful with the water level in combination with the fortification banding. A lot of this yellowish opalization in this piece as well, and I cut this one a lot slower than the other one, so this one doesn't have any break going on, and the saw blade is just going so smoothly, so it's cutting very, very good. Here in this section it's just so beautiful with this very fine yellow parallax banding, together with some red and green. Because I've been going so slow, you can see here in the reflection, the saw blade has been grinding out a little bit more, just because if you cut slower it takes more away from the vibration. So here it's been cutting very quick and fast, and here because I slowed it down so much, you can see there is now a little bit dent of the saw blade grinding a little bit more down off the agate. But that's all so easy to be grinded out, but it's not a break in the stone. It actually looks a lot like a potato, but this time it is actually also agate. You can see here it's got the opalized area, also a little bit of water level banding that I can already spot down here. So in this case we're just going to cut once across the entire specimen, avoiding this window here, and then just cutting through the bigger volume over here on this side, coming back out there. Yeah, here's how it's sitting in, just perfectly through the bigger part of the volume. Oh, wow. Very different. Wow! Look how beautiful the design in this specimen is. Outside here with this strong, intense mustard yellow color, then the kind of pinkish water level banding with the fortification in the center down here, and then yeah, different layers of green and kind of pinkish purple surrounding the entire specimen with multiple floater sections with the crystalline quartz in between here. This session here has nothing to do with being representative for how island agates can look like. I have been cutting hundreds, if not, yeah, probably thousands of pieces of this material, and I had pieces that had great looking windows and that were just totally fractured up, all the banding faded away and looked like nothing it was showing from the outside. So I would say island agates in general are some of the most deceiving rough stones you can possibly get. But in this case, we have just been 100% lucky of how they've been turning out to be. Starting with the first one, with this yeah, gorgeous composition of the water level banding and the colorful agate center. And none of these pieces really have any significant fractures, which is so unusual for the island agates. The second one here, with this beautiful parallax and this dark green color, also a little bit of the water level banding. In the third one here, very obviously with the opalization and the float channel and just so much contrast in the banding. So all of these really spectacular pieces so far. Also the fourth one, just such a unique colorization. I can't recall having seen this color in an island agate ever before. So super unique specimen here with the pink color. The fifth piece with the gorgeous float channel and floater moved out with the center all the way to the side of the piece and just beautiful with this kind of triangle shape. And so is also the second to last specimen. Just gorgeous color, great parallax. Here again in composition with the water level banding, the super fine fortification banding up top, great parallax, really spectacular piece. And the last one, maybe one of my most favorite pieces in terms of the design, with the fortification banding, the floater surrounding the center of the specimen with water level banding in there. And I think it's going to change up a little bit after polishing, but all of these pieces will be up on my website, where I encourage you to check out immediately after you watch the video. Always when I put up specimens on my website, they go live at the same time as the video is being released. So a lot of people will already go to my website while the video is up, just to be the first ones to grab these, because a lot of these pieces sell usually within the first few minutes. I know. After watching today's video, you probably all want to cut your own island agates, and that is now possible for the first time, as I probably have about somewhere between 100 and 200 pounds of rough island agates left that I haven't had the chance to cut yet. Now, I have to tell you that this batch has really been one for the history books. Typically, island agates don't cut as well as in today's session. I would say on a regular basis, it's probably about 1 in 5 pieces, so about 20% of pieces that cut relatively good. But sometimes it also happens that I cut 10 pieces in a row, and most of them are flyers. So that is just how it always is with rough stones. It is always a gamble. So buying rough stones to make money with it doesn't always work to your advantage. That's just the way it is. With that in mind, of course, if you want to order your own rough stones, you're welcome to check them out on my website. Please don't take that as an expectation that all of the stones have to turn out to be good. Also, the batches do vary in quality. That's just how it is sometimes. So if you sometimes order some rough stones and you were extremely happy with them, it doesn't mean that every rough stone lot that you're getting is always in the same quality. So always when you cut rough stones, don't do it like me. Keep your expectations low and just enjoy the process of cutting. I will see you again next week and hope you enjoyed today's video.